like say you know they pay. They don't laugh you tired. Some say, share until your mate get the aeroplane. Before you go make calm, you beg God to make calm. But see, everybody getting late. So my brother hustle, so my sister walk. No condition lasts forever, your own turn become. So my brother hustle, so my sister walk. Beans you know they cook forever, your own peace go down. If you see person make a more, rejoice with them. If they ask you what's your own, no take no offense. See this life not turn by turn, no your time they come. Because no be only you kill Jesus, we plenty for there. If you see person make a move, if they ask you what's your own, no. See this life not turn by turn, no. Your time they come because no be only you kill Jesus. Show me person where walk hard, oh, from night till dawn. Now the person where go jump if you no give up. My brother hustle Jerry, so my sister walk. Beans you know they cook forever, your own beans go down forever. If you see person make a move, and if they ask you what's your own, no. See this life and turn by turn, no. The time they come, only you kill Jesus by yourself. Plenty for that.
Don't let your hope scatter.
Oh, we plenty for that.
No be only you kill Jesus. We plenty for that.
You don't hustle tire. You know they take you holiday. You write application, you go for auditions, but still, it be like say you know they pay. They don't laugh you tired. Some say, share until your mate get the aeroplane. Before you go make calm, you beg God to make calm, but see, everybody getting late. So my brother hustle, so my sister walk. No condition lasts forever, your own turn become. So my brother hustle, so my sister walk. Beans you know they cook forever, your own peace go down. If you see person make a more, rejoice with them. If they ask you
it is another Friday evening, and of course, what's a better way to start your evening? And you should know that once you hear that sound, then it is about time. It's time for us to, talk about conversations that concerns us young people, actual young people, not just young at heart, but typically young people who are trying as much as possible to navigate adulthood. As I would always say, we're pretty much just, experiencing it all at the same time. And sometimes it can just be overwhelming. And that's the reason that particular song is, one that I really, really like, because it points out the fact that whatever it is that you're going through, you're not going through it alone. There are other people who are also going through the same. And so you should understand that it is just a phase that would eventually pass. So yes, kudos to Cobams and to me on that particular one. And the song is We Plenty. So of course, every time you hear that sound, it is about to get youthful right here in the studio. A very beautiful evening to you once again. It is 8 minutes gone past 4 p.m. from the studio of Wales Radio 89.3 FM. Your preferred wholesome radio, and I welcome you to another edition of Youth Parliament on Wales Radio 89.3 FM. Youth Parliament is that roundtable for us young people where we talk about issues as it concerns us as actual young people, not just young at heart, but actual young people who are very interested in the growth of Nigeria and our own personal growth. So yes, welcome to the show. My name is Toluwaleke Ali, the radio princess, and with me in the studio today is the Ivy guy, Oluwale.
This name, man. Well,
is it his name, man?
Good afternoon, Radio Princess.
All right, welcome to the show.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
And how's your week so far?
Week has been good. How's your week been as well?
Mixed feelings. Kind of. Yeah.
Don't worry. It is well.
Definitely.
It is well. All right. So as always on the show, we have two segments. The first segment is where we take a look at trends. Check out some of the stories that made the course of the week. And then we'll move on to the topic of discussion for today. And this one is, quite important for every one of us, especially as, youths who are pretty much trying to understand and also navigate and make the best out of life. So yes, our topic of discussion for today is one that we all need to pay attention to. You can join us live on Facebook this evening. We're live on Facebook at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. At Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. We're live on Facebook. Drop your comments as we go on the show as well, and we will be sure to take your comments on the show today. So let's begin with the trends for today.
So my brother hustle, so my sister walk. Beans, they cook forever, your own beans go down. If you see person, make a more rejoice with them. Ask you once, no, take no offense. See this life better, no, your time they come, because no be only you kill Jesus. We plenty for yeah.
Welcome back. Like I said before, we begin with the trends for today, and let's start with this particular one. I actually like this story because of the reactions that it has garnered since the story dropped. And I also remember that I saw it on a particular blog, and it has about over 11,000 comments actually. So yes, Nigerian deaths rises to 159.28 trillion naira. Yes, so looking at it, this figure, however, doesn't include the recently approved 8.3 trillion naira that we want to borrow from UAE and the UK. So this one is the ones that we had done before. Judging by that, every Nigerian is owing about 724k. Yeah. So as you're like this, you're owing 724,000, just about that figure. It could be more. It could actually be more, but that's picking it's only random. It's around that figure. So you, as you are like this, as ever, I don't know if you are owing other platforms that we not mention their names. I don't know if you are owing other platforms, but as a Nigerian, presently, you're owing about 724k. But in addition to that, the IMF has actually raised alarm over rising debt here in Nigeria. And, they also want that we have tough times coming ahead for Nigerians. The IMF is an international monetary fund, and they have said that Nigerians may face tougher economic conditions ahead as rising food and transport costs continue to drive up the cost of living amid global economic shocks. I think it was on the trends last week that it was said that according to the MBS that inflation has reduced, and then we're asking that is it reflecting in the markets that actually inflation has reduced? But now, in addition to the fact that Nigerians are owing, each Nigerian is owing about 724. And I saw a particular person's comment. The person said, which account are you going to be paying the money to? Let me start paying my own, so that you will not come and say that I'm still owing you later. Let me start offsetting my own loan from now. So yes. And now the IMF has also come out to say that with the way that the debt in Nigeria is rising, there will be tougher times ahead for Nigerians. Oluwale, your thoughts?
About the money we are owing.
Yes, no.
Like the money you are owing, not
say,
me.
No,
I'm not owing anybody.
I like that you said we.
I made a mistake with my first.
No, you couldn't have. We. Okay, go on.
Well, I feel like if we are seeing the impact of the money they are borrowing out there, people won't complain that they are not owing. Do you understand? Me now, if they should tell me that I'm owing like 785,000, isn't it? Mm-hmm. That means
I'm around 24.
24.
Yeah, about that figure. It could be more.
How much is my salary?
I do not know.
What about that platforms I'm
Are you ready to start paying?
No. Pay how?
Maybe because you're saying how much is my salary, maybe you.
Well, definitely the Nigerians should expect more of this because they are not stopping. They will still borrow more and more. And regarding the IMF,
yes,
the question is, which time do you think it's not much, like it's not tough as it is now?
I mean, if things are going to get worse than it is presently,
then
what should Nigerians expect?
The Nigerians should just, I think they should just prepare themselves for the worst. Because now,
yeah,
what we're experiencing now, it's difficult times. It's very, very difficult for us to have 3 square meals, not to talk of 2. Even for you to have 1, you have a whole lot of savings to do to have just 1. Not to talk of those that have family, those that have children to pay their tuition fee, school fees. Transportation is also there. So I think we all should just, my advice for those listening to us out there is, please and please try and prepare for the worst. You need to prepare yourself.
The worst will not come.
Yeah, in Yoruba, they will say, Ogun Awutele.
Don't worry, we will not get to that point. So we're not gonna experience.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
By God's grace.
Are you serious?
Anyway, now let's move on to other stories. This I'm also going to be putting this two together because it's coming from the same person. Now, the special advisor to the president on policy communication, Daniel Bwala, he made some statements in the course of the week, which of course is the reason a lot of Nigerians are saying Now the first is it said that Nigeria is growing faster than the US and the UK, and it said that looking at the Nigeria's economic outlook, it is improving and is projecting that our country will grow faster than major advanced economies like United States, United Kingdom, Germany, South Africa in this year 2026. Meanwhile, we are already in April 2026, but of course there's still time. We still have about 8 months to go. Yeah, so he said that Nigeria is growing faster than the US, UK are. Say they also jump beside our growth as a nation. And he also made another statement where he said that light has actually improved and Nigerians have more power now than they did in 2015 and in 2023. He said that in fact electricity supply has actually improved in some parts of the country, adding that presently Nigerians are currently experiencing more power than they had in 2015 and 2023. Those are the words of the special advisor to the president on policy communication, Daniel Bwala, not mine. So, Oluwale, do you agree with him that yes, electricity has improved and then Nigeria has better Why are you laughing?
What I'm laughing is Voala saying electricity is far better than what say again?
2015, 2023. It's much better.
I can't go out there to ask people, like go from house to house and ask people how's electricity in your area. No, but let me use my own as an example.
Okay.
Then I was the RKD boy.
Okay.
24 hours electricity. Most of the time we do.
So yes, you're part of those that.
Hold on, 100%. Most of the time, maybe after 3 to 4 days, we'll off the freezer and the fridge because we don't want what's inside to get frozen to that we won't be able to remove it.
So he was right after all.
Hold on. Then 2 or 3 months now till this moment, they've not experienced 10 hours electricity.
10 hours?
Yes. Band A for that matter. Now, me coming down to Ibadan, I know how much I do spend for because of my work. Do you understand? But him coming out and saying, probably maybe because where he's staying, maybe he's on band A and he's enjoying 24 hours electricity.
Or maybe he's on inverter.
Maybe he's on inverter. So he can't, likewise, like I said, he too can't go out there and ask from door to door that how's electricity in your area. But what they are saying is actually not what we Nigerians are experiencing now. Even band A is not banding again. We are all on team level. So electricity, I feel like the federal government needs to do better on this. Well, that should not surprise me because when the federal government itself has remove themselves from the national grid and they are running on inverter and solar panels now. So what do you expect us, we Nigerians, you understand, to do? So
Okay. Okay. Let's move on. Let's check out other stories that we have here as well. Moving on. In, quite unfortunate one, students, UTME students who were on their way to, to write JAM were abducted in Benue State. And that's just really, really sad. I mean, these are just pupils who are pretty much just beginning their lives, and they are already at this point, where they had to get abducted along the Makodi Otukpo road in Benue State, and they were traveling from Makodi to Otukpo on Wednesday night when the attack happened.
It's a sad one indeed.
Yes, it is.
A very sad one. And I think we maybe because I'm not in their shoe, because I feel like we know how insecurity is. We are battling with insecurity these days. And you traveling down from Makodi to...
It's still within the same... I mean, it's pretty much within the same state.
But we know, we know how Benue is.
I remember how my elder sister served in Benue. Yeah.
When?
No, back then. Of course, it's been years. And you never can tell. There might not be any center close to them. Are we going to, because of insecurity, now say that they should no longer get education? We can't say that. We can't say that.
We actually can't say that. That's true. But
they have to still get educated.
But at the same time, I just don't know what to say at this point because I'm speechless.
But this is also, happening at a time that a lot of Nigerians are actually very angry at this point. And I'll tell you a few of the reasons. Part of it is that a certain amount, I'm going to... Okay. Over 700 repentant terrorists are set for reintegration into the society. So the Nigerian military in the course of the week announced that over 700 repentant terrorists who underwent rehabilitation under Operation Safe Corridor are said to be reintegrated into the society. And, the coordinator of the Operation Safe Corridor, Yusuf Ali, disclosed this during a media tour of the facilities at the De-Radicalization, Rehabilitation and Reintegration Center in Gobe, Northeast Nigeria. He explained that many Nigerians lack adequate understanding of the federal government's structured counter-terrorism program under the Operation Safe Corridor. And then he said that the initiative is aimed at restoring peace in communities affected by terrorism across the country. But he also dismissed claims that clients of the program are being recruited into military institutions. And he said that, no, that's not it. But the focus is to de-radicalize, rehabilitate, and prepare them for peaceful reintegration into their communities. Now, in addition to that, the Senate president made a statement in the course of the week where he said that the insecurity we're experiencing right now is because of the 2027 elections. He said, in fact, in just 2 weeks after the election, there will no longer be bomb blasts. That the recent rise in insecurity is politically motivated. Now, that's coming from a Senate president. You know that you feel like Senate presidents, yeah, it shouldn't say something like that, yeah. But The defense minister. I feel like that's the one that even like caused a lot of Nigerians to get very angry. The defense minister has also come out to link the rise in terrorist attacks to political season and even accuse some civilians of working as a terrorist informants. Of course, that could be, but with the number of Nigerians who have died in the past weeks because of insecurity, this same week, there has been attacks in different parts of the country. And then people who are supposed to be at the helms of affairs, who are supposed to be the ones protecting Nigerians, are saying that, oh, it's just politically motivated, it's going to die down. And going as far as reintegrating repentant bandits. Should we really expect that they're going to take insecurity serious? Because if already the thought about it is the fact that it is politically motivated and after 2027 elections, it's all going to end, then do we expect to see an end to all of this?
The past administration did this also. Those that were not in power then complained about it. Now they have the opportunity to be in power.
Yeah.
Now they're doing the same thing. 700 repentant terrorists. How are you so sure that truly? Well, there's nothing like how are you so sure, because what's there to repent about? There's nothing to repent about. Is it the killings that happened 2 weeks ago, just that we're talking about here?
Yes, that we talked about on the trend.
A mother looking at his son, crying. The son was buried on the day the mother was meant to clock +1. Look at the gift they gifted the mother. Now, if the mother should see this kind of news, what do you think will come to her sense? She would definitely flare up. I saw this news yesterday, and I was so annoyed. I was just ranting about it in my room. I was just ranting. My mom asked me that what happened. I told them, Dad was like, what is the meaning of this? There's nothing to, this is, well, don't go on here. So I'm so, but I just want to caution the way because I don't want my emotion to get the best of me at this point, because 700. Okay, the Iraq and Israel war that happened, what caused the fight? It was because the prime minister said in the next 25 years he is going to turn Israel to dust. And now he said he did not say that, but what happened to him? We feel like those European countries that they don't know what they're doing when it comes to war. They actually know what they're doing. Where do this come from in their own country? No. Why the past administration did this? We are doing the same mistake again. Let's call it speed is speed. This is uncalled for, and I feel the federal government needs to do something about it, because what's the assurance that they won't go back into their vomit because of just mere words? No. Please, they need to do something about it. And the one that the Senate president is saying and the first minister is saying that it's because of the election season. Last year, they were not planning for election 2 years ago. And this has been going on for almost 8 to 9 years now. More than that. Are we doing election every year? No. They need to find something to do with it and stop coming with excuse well, the Lord will help them, because I'm fuming. I just don't know what to say again.
All right, and that should okay. Let's this final trend that we have. Okay, so in the course of the week, Timmy Otedala put out something, and she talked about how she doesn't like it when he's angry, whenever he's upset, because he's just going to lock himself up and then send her an email putting out what exactly she has done. She just came out to talk about that, and lots of people are like, you will vex for last daughter, and then they're like, oh, there's some certain things you don't come online to talk about, and she didn't have to say that and all of that. While some people say that, oh, I mean, what do you expect him to do? Do you expect him to shout at you, or do you expect him to, say that? But I also feel like writing email. Imagine opening your mail and then instead of seeing a mail from Eric saying, see your husband. But do you think that, is because there's been different reactions towards that?
I think what open is actually it's good. Why? Because we don't know, maybe the husband has this anger issue and he doesn't know how to control his feelings whenever he's angry.
I think it's just probably avoidant.
Do you understand? And doing that's why he's avoiding that, and probably maybe, and on the other hand, maybe this has been going on before they got married.
Yes.
And that's how they used to settle their own disputes. You understand?
Via emails. Okay.
If you be SMS.
I be. I want to avoid.
Because I laughed yesterday night when I read this. I was like,
email. And say, I hope this fits you well.
He sent over 300 messages. I was like, Kilode, what happened? Because of mere arguments.
But
it depends on, like, relationship. It depends on what on the foundation. This has been going on before they got married. It's not happening just now. But they won't come out and tell us.
Of course.
Do you understand? So they should do the adult way. They are both mature.
Okay. All right. That's all on the trends for today. And then we'll move on to a topic of discussion. This is still Youth Parliament on Wales Radio 89.3 FM.
I've gone to many places with a lonely heart. I'm longing for a place where I can be apart. I'm here in my own house, but home seems so far. I've tried to cut the distance, but it feels so far. Sometimes my mama's house don't feel like home. Sometimes my baby's arms don't feel like home. Sometimes with my friends I feel alone. Sometimes I feel alone. Everybody says don't change, but how will I grow? I'm scared to do the things I want, but people don't know. I wanted the fame and I don't know, say the thing go hard, oh. Some days I want to run away, I don't go lie, oh. Sometimes my mama's house don't feel like home. Sometimes my baby's arms don't feel like home. Sometimes with my friends I feel alone. Sometimes I feel alone.
All right, welcome back. This is still Youth Parliament on Wales Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. And it is time for us to get on to our topic of discussion for today. And like I said, it is something that is very important for every young person, especially when you're trying to build something and you're looking forward to, building something strong for yourself. Because the truth is, no one is supposed to be isolated. No one deserves to be alone. And one of the most important things that you would need are the gift of people. That's the truth. The gift of people is actually very important. Those that are around you, those that you call friends, will go a long way in determining your level of success. And that's the truth. All right. And so it's okay if you are a loner, yeah, but you should still have some certain people that you can always look at and be like, oh, yes, this person is my friend. All right. This person cares about me. So yes, today we are talking about friendships, and we're talking about friendships that drain versus friendships that build. Friendships that drain versus friendships that build. That is what we're talking about on the show today. Now, a lot of times, we have different types of friends, yeah. And then there's some people that you cannot really call them friends. Or there's some people that if you're with them, you feel exhausted. You feel like they have totally sucked out the energy of you. Like you are always exhausted with the person. There are other people that after you spend time with them, you feel better. You feel inspired. You feel even lighter, depending on the kind of conversations that you have with them. Now, that is the difference between friendships that drain and friendships that actually build. So, but let me ask you really quickly before we go on to start talking about it one after the other. Have you ever, had to be with friends that, or people you call friends that you feel like you're just completely exhausted, being with that person as a friend?
At one point in our life, we will definitely have that type of friend.
Yeah, true.
So it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about everybody, because even if you're a loner, it's something that caused you being a loner. Probably you came across someone that whenever you're talking to the person, you feel tired after talking to them. They only reach out when they need something from you. And whenever you're around them, it is all about negative vibes.
Nothing you do is good.
Definitely.
Enough.
And there's this mistake we do make. It's not someone that is not a family member we can call friend. Even our family members are also friends. But at the same time, we still have some family members that don't have positive impact into someone's life. So in a nutshell, it means it's either people around you, they will add to your life, or they will slowly, look at that word, slowly take from it. So which means friendships that drain, whenever you talk to them, you often feel heavy, and even you can't explain why. So even if you have misunderstanding, there's no accountability from their own side. And you, on the other hand, you feel like, oh, I made this mistake. I am sorry. It won't happen again. But to them, it will feel like, no, they are not ready to show accountability for whatever thing they're doing. So you feel like you've shrunk yourself, or for yourself to keep the peace or something. So friendships that drain don't add positive impact. So that's why I said, at a point in our life, we've once had that type of friend. So it depends on how we we want to undo it. And probably on the long run, with some solutions, we'll learn on how to run away from this kind of friends.
How to run away from that kind of friend, which is, or those kind of friends, which is quite important. Now, for me, there are certain signs that you see in draining friendship. For some people, they even already know. It's just fear of being alone that causes them to still want to be around people like that. So, Oluwale has already said it. It's already mentioned what draining friendship actually means. Basically, there are friendships that make you feel constantly tired, stressed, insecure, or even used, actually. As Oluwale has said, they only reach out to you whenever they need you. So what are the signs to look out for? Because like I said before, friendship is actually very important. There's a saying that show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. And so you need the right people around you. You need to be in the right circle. So here are some signs. Part of it is that for them, it's always about them. They talk, you listen, you're there for them. But when it is your turn, when you need them to be there, they are not. They just disappear on you. And they come back again when they need you. When they want to talk. When they want to, hear you out. This reminds me of a particular, person back when I was in uni. And at first, I knew that she didn't like me, right? But of course, by the virtue of the relation that we share, because she stays with my friend, we all were in the same department, so of course, it wasn't like there was any choice, right? But as much as possible, one of the things I found out was that whenever she needed someone to talk to, I'm a go-to person. You get? So she comes, talks to me about whatever it is that she wants to talk about, and I, tell her, okay, how about you do it this way, do that, do it this way. The moment it works, that's the end.
But when you need her,
she's never there. So it's always like that. She comes around, but of course I'm so cool that even when you come, right, I know that you will feel like, oh, I'm using this person, but I'm still going to show up for you. Matter of fact, whenever she's in trouble, basically, I'm a go-to person to help her out of that situation almost every time. And once she's out of that situation, she just goes off again. So I just felt like, okay. Now, at some point, I think towards the end of our final year, it became very, very, we became closer because, of course, she had certain issues. I think 300 level into 400 and all of that. And funny how it wasn't that I was showing up because I wanted, or I had the strength to. I was also dealing with a lot at the time, but I just kept on showing up for her, just for her to be okay. If I tell you that after we left UD, this girl blocked me off. Yeah. For her, I think she actually thinks that there's nothing I can do to help her anymore. And I didn't even realize on time. It took me years. I just know that, of course, at some point before, whenever there's anything, she'll reach out to me to talk to me. Yeah. And then once she reaches out, of course, I would respond to whatever it is. And then I just had to ask of her. I now, at some point, I was reaching out and then I wasn't getting any response. So I had to ask of her from the other friend that was our roommate. I have not heard from this person. And I said, I've not even been seeing her updates. And I was like, does she have a profile picture? I said, no. She used to have. And then I was like, you should already understand. I said, oh, okay. That's pretty good. I picked up my phone and I reciprocated. Yes, so that even when you eventually need me, there's no way you're going to be able to reach me. So for them, it's usually always about them. The moment they are settled with whatever it is that you help them with, they're no longer there. And then you feel judged and you feel not good enough. Whenever you're around friends like this, you are constantly second guessing yourself whenever you're around them. And they only show up when they need something. I feel like this is actually a pointer for me to see for that the truth is what I thought was friendship at the time wasn't friendship. Because looking at all of this is pretty much everything that friendship encompassed, in quotes. Now the friendship is not in quotes, right? They only show up when they need something. For them, drama follows them everywhere, and somehow you just get pulled into the drama. It just happens, and you feel worse after spending time with them. And that should be like your biggest cue. Not of all draining friendships get to that point, right? But you should look out for those signs. That's like the highest of the cues for you to look at. So it just always happens that whatever it is either you're wearing something and then they're looking at you like, what are you even wearing? And probably you feel like, oh, I just got this dress, it's so beautiful. And then they'll talk down on it so much that you wouldn't even want to wear the dress again. So let's talk about the other side, building friendship. So what are the signs to look out for building friendships?
Friendships that build. It's like I'm trying to look for an example for this. Okay, like your let me say in a cubicle, and there's no space for air to flow in.
Okay.
And you're doing something and you have the chance to move out of the cubicle. You know that relief when you inhale that fresh air, because you're not forcing the air through your nostril. That's how friendships that build. That's the kind of energy they bring into your life, because you feel energized and inspired after each conversation you have with them. And the most intriguing part is that they celebrate your wins with you. And at the same time, not all the time you definitely win. Even your failure, they will sit down with you and tell you what are the things that went wrong with this project. Let's try and fish it out, then find a solution to it. Because if it's good and it's better for you, definitely it's also better for us also. Then they will put their own effort, their own sweat into making you a better person. And with that, there will be mutual respect between the two parties. Even around them, you will definitely you'll be full of yourself. You won't pretend. Because you feel like, this is my peace. I can talk to them anytime. I have a friend like that, 2 a.m. and can pick up my phone and call. And she will definitely listen.
No.
And that relief, I will be able to sleep. In fact, I will wake up late for for my money duty at my workplace. Do you understand? So they show up, not just you talking, they show up, they show action. Like someone will say, no, be cho. They will definitely come through for you. Those are the friendship that wants you to grow. The confidence in you will definitely grow. You have peace of mind. They will motivate you. What you self don't remember, they will definitely remind you that you have to do this to be a man of yourself. If there's any given opportunity for them to to make it in life, they will definitely tag you along with them because they want the best for you, because they don't want a situation whereby in the nearest future they've made it in life and they'll have to look and say, start blaming that, and we need to just, why can't we just help our friend? No, they will want you to grow together. A wedding, was it not last week? This Abuja car that did wedding in Abuja. We have two friends, Manga and Sanki, they used to advertise. They are not family, they understand, but at the same time, they help each other to grow. They don't fight. They are selling same thing, but they don't fight. They don't argue. They don't even fight them. That's friendship that wants each other to grow. Even this Abuja, the groom himself is one of their friend, and they help in advertising his product. Friends that want you to grow with them. I saw the wedding. I said, this is not a dinner. This is not a wedding dinner night. This is like a place that they are auctioning car, because it's very, very fun, lively. If you have that clique of friends, you will definitely make it in life. And in short, in summary, it's like this type of friends, they will definitely invest in you. And you yourself, you have the motivation, you have the spirit to invest back in them. Unlike the previous one, that they take more than they give. So to you listening to us now, I feel like you need to check the kind of clique you're in. Am I progressing with this type of friends I'm in the midst? No, if you're not progressing, it's not too late for you to remove yourself from that clique of friends and find those that are ready to invest in you and see you for who you are and help you develop yourself. And also you help them. They don't see mistake. All they see is you to grow, and they're ready to help you and come through for you.
Okay, all right. There you have it for the building friendships. I said it before that, sometimes some people stay in draining friendships. And there are different reasons, like I said, some people don't just want to be alone. That's why they stay in such friendships. And that's just one of the reasons. Other times it could be, because of the history. We've been friends forever, we're friends for so long. Sometimes it is because there's just hope. Maybe because you like the person so much, and then you just hope that, this person would eventually change later. Or maybe, out of guilt. And you're wondering that, if I leave this person or if I leave this friendship, I might start feeling guilty that I'm the one that left. But sometimes for the best of you, you need to actually leave that friendship. So how do you choose better friendships? One of it is to pay attention to how you feel. Your emotions are supposed to be signals for you, so you shouldn't ignore them. Pay attention to how you feel around them. If every single time you try to do something, you're told that this thing that you're doing is not good enough, or you can't be that person, then you should pay attention. Then set boundaries. It's okay for you to say, I'm sorry, I can't do this for you right now. Presently, this that you're putting forward, it doesn't work for me. It is okay for you to say no at times. Set boundaries. And then distance yourself when there's need. Not every friendship needs a dramatic ending. Sometimes you just need to step back and choose yourself. Put yourself first before, any other thing. And then also for you, you need to also learn to invest in the right people. Spend more time with people who respect you, people who support you, people who are willing to grow with you. And I think another mistake that we all make is you feel like it's just important that you have lots of people. You don't need lots of friends. You just need real supportive friends, honest friends who are going to be there for you. There's no way you choose quality over quantity, or you choose quantity over quality rather. No, it has to be quality over quantity every single time. So whatever it is, or whatever kind of friends that you choose, you need to learn to choose friendships that will build you and not friendships that will break you. Okay? All right. It's time for us to go.
Well, what I would say is you just need to surround yourself with people who speak growth into your life.
Okay, people will speak growth into your life.
life.
All right, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Next Friday is going to be another time, so join us on another edition. My name is Toluwaleke Ali, the Radio Princess. Enjoy your weekend.